Hi guys, it's Gretchen. I know this is a really strange time with everything that's going on, with yoga studios being closed, with life kind of being closed right now. Um, and, in this time, I know that most of us are probably feeling healthy, and probably most of us want to keep going with our yoga practice. So I've decided I'm going to start making some videos. um, I'll be practicing, I'll be talking you through a practice, and what I would hope is that these videos can kind of get you through this time, can help you kind of find some peace in the craziness, and yeah, I just hope that this brings you some peace and some calm, and hopefully some fun as well. Um, I am going to put these videos up for free. What I would ask is, if you find this video helpful or in any way, if you find that it's worth your time, that you make a donation, whatever you feel works for you. With everything closed, with yoga studios closed, yoga teachers are looking for ways to bring in some money during this time. So, if this video gets some donations, if it gets some views, I'll make more and more and more, as long as people keep wanting them and keep just giving a little to keep it going. So, thank you so much. I'll put my bank information in the notes, and yeah, let's get started. So this will be the same class that I taught this week. If you were in class, it'll look familiar. It's always good to repeat things sometimes, but with things happening pretty quickly, we'll just be doing what we did this week, and then I'll be creating some new material for future videos. So you can take a seat. And feel free to take a seat up on top of a prop. If you have a block, you can grab a block, sit up on top of it. If you want to just grab a blanket or a cushion from your couch, feel free to do that as well. You can let your hands come to a prayer and give your hands a little rub together here, building up a little bit of heat. And then you can let your eyes close if they're not already there, and bring your hands onto your neck. And taking a few breaths to allow the heat from your hands, the warmth, to sink into your skin, into your muscles. And you can give your neck a little massage here. We're going to be focusing on this fifth chakra, this throat chakra today, our place of communication, our place of openness, of honesty, of truthfulness. You can let your hands rest down to your knees, feeling any residual warmth or tingling in the neck. Feeling the breath as it draws in, traveling down the throat into the lungs, and then back out again, up through the throat, out through the nose. And letting your hands come into a prayer in front of your heart. And breathing in together for Om. Om. letting your hands relax down to your knees. You can keep your eyes closed, taking a big breath in here. With your exhale, letting your chin soften towards your chest. Right ear drawing over to right shoulder with a breath in, opening the left side of the neck. Exhaling, chin to chest. Breath in, left ear toward left shoulder. And breathing out, chin to the chest. Again, like this, right ear to right shoulder. Big breath in. And chin to chest, breath out. And one more time, left ear to left shoulder, breathing in. And chin to the chest, breathing out. With your inhale, the head can rise back on top of the neck. Eyes can float open. Sending the arms up to the sky, big breath in. As you exhale, bringing your right hand behind the head. The left hand can find the right elbow, drawing that elbow up, just finding a little bit of opening in the armpit, in the back of that right arm, inhaling. And exhaling, releasing the arms, giving them a little shake out. And you can repeat the other side, sending the arms up, big breath in. Exhaling, left hand behind the head, right hand to the elbow. Elbow drawing up and away, making sure that the head stays up on top of the spine, making sure it's not dipping forward or side to side, doing anything funky there. Taking one more big breath in, and as you breathe out, the arms release, shoulders shake out a little bit. You can bring yourself down off of a prop if you're on your prop, bringing the feet onto the earth in front of you, hands down on the mat behind you. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, grounding down, scooping the hips to the sky, either looking towards your chest, feeling the back of the neck widening, or you can send your head back behind you, opening the throat. Take a nice long breath in here. And with an exhale, the hips release down to the earth. Crawling out onto all fours. Setting up, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. With a breath in, belly melting toward the mat, head and tail scooping toward the sky. As you exhale, pressing the floor away, drawing the belly up, chin toward the chest. Again, belly softens, head and tail float high. Exhale, drawing the belly up, chin toward the chest. One more time, front of the body and throat opening, big inhale. And drawing it in, back of the neck opening, exhale. Lengthening head forward, tail back, big breath in. Exhaling your way back to child's pose. Let your knees melt wide. Let your forehead relax down to the earth. Now in this child's pose, really let the forehead rest on the mat. If you can't reach the mat, you can always take your hands under your forehead or take a block under your forehead, just giving your head and your neck a chance to really relax here. Breathing in, breathing out. With your next inhale, rising back up onto hands and knees, take a look down at your hands and knees, and then walk your hands back about halfway between that space. With a breath out, the crown of the head comes down to the earth, and you can either keep your hands on the mat, or you can reach your hands back, finding your heels for a rabbit pose, drawing the belly up, rounding the spine. The crown of the head is very light on the mat, so there's no stress on the neck. Breathing in. With your exhale, releasing the heels, melting back to child's pose. Your arms can either stay back where they are, or you can send your arms out long. Big breath in, big breath out. With an inhale, sliding all the way out onto your belly, moving toward a sphinx pose. Elbows right under the shoulders, drawing the shoulder blades down the back, heart through the upper arms. Feel the pubic bone grounding down, the low belly drawing up away from the mat, lower back widening. With your next breath in, pressing into the right palm, lengthening the arm, you can take a gaze back over your right shoulder. And letting the elbow melt back down, exhaling. Breath in, pressing into the left palm, lengthening through the left arm. And drawing it back through center, breathing out. Finding an opening through the heart, big breath in. Forehead to the mat, hands under the shoulders, and pressing yourself back, hands and knees, tucking your toes. Downward facing dog, sweeping the hips up to the sky. And give yourself a few moments to shift, to move around in this downward facing dog. Opening the backs of the legs. Letting the head hang heavy. Maybe give it a little shake out here. Big breath in. And as you exhale, finding some stillness in your downward facing dog. A few deep breaths here. Your next breath in rolls you out long to a plank pose, long spine. You can either keep the legs straight or you can lower the knees down to the mat, pointing the toes, elbows drawing in by the ribs as you lower with control to your belly. Pressing into the palms, there's a baby cobra, heart shining forward. And pressing back through hands and knees, tucking your toes, downward facing dog. Breathing out. With an inhale, the right leg floats high. Exhale, footsteps softly between the two hands, lowering the back knee. Releasing the toes, arms sweeping high for your low crescent lunge. Anjaneyasana. With your next breath out, the hands come behind the head, interlacing the fingers. Let the weight of the head dip back into the hands, elbows widening, heart lifting, big breath in here. With your exhale, hands soften back down to the mat, tucking your left toes, downward facing dog, right foot travels back to meet the left. Plank pose, rolling it out long. Again, either straight legs or bent legs, lowering yourself down to your belly. Exhale. Pointing the toes, shining the heart open, maybe a little bit taller in your baby cobra. Pressing back through all fours, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Left leg floats with a breath in. Exhale, footsteps forward between the hands, back knee softens to the mat. Toes point, arms floating high for your low crescent lunge. Feeling the sole of the left foot grounding down. With your breath out, hands meet behind the head, sending the weight of the head back into the hands, peeling open through the front of the body. Breath in. With your breath out, hands soften down to the floor. Right toes tuck under. This time, step your back foot forward to meet your front foot. Give yourself quite a bit of softness through the knees. You can separate your feet a little bit here. Let the hands come behind the head. This time, draw the elbows in toward each other and see if I can draw the chin a little bit closer in toward the chest. Big breath in here. With your breath out, knees soften a little bit more. Chin stays toward the chest as you roll yourself all the way up to stand. As the head rises, let the elbows widen, sending the weight of the head back into the hands, lifting the heart, lifting the eyes. Breath in. And using the hands to draw the head back up on top of the spine. Releasing the arms, standing where you are. With a breath in, both arms reach up to the sky. With a breath out, right hand behind the head, left hand down to your left thigh.
Right elbow gets really light. Big breath in as you exhale, melting, leaning over to your left side. Breathing in, drawing yourself back up, arms stretching toward the sky. Exhale, left hand behind the head, right hand to your thigh. Left elbow gets super light with a breath in. It's a big lean over to your right, keeping the back of the head pressing into that upper arm, keeping the armpit opening. And drawing yourself back up, high prayer, big breath in. Hands move through your heart. You can find your Tadasana, mountain pose, maybe stepping the feet together here. Standing steady on your 2 feet, listening to your breath, listening to your body. With an inhale, sending the arms to the sky for your prayer, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, folding all the way over, standing forward fold. Right foot steps back into a low lunge. Big breath in, heart is open. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Rolling out to a plank. Big breath in, straight or bent legs, lowering down to your belly. Exhale, point the toes. Heart rises for a cobra. Breath in. Downward facing dog. Breath out. Right leg sweeps high, breathing in. Foot between the hands, breathing out. Left foot forward, long flat back. Breath in. Melting over the legs. Breath out. Arms rise for a prayer. Inhale. Hands meet at your heart. Exhale. Send it back up. Breathing in. Folding forward. Uttanasana. Breathing out. Left foot steps back. Heart is open. Breath in. Down dog. On your breath out. Plank pose. Rolling out like a wave. Lowering with straight or bent legs down to your belly. Pointing the toes. Shining the heart up. Downward facing dog. Breathing out. Left leg sweeps high. Inhale. Foot steps softly forward. Exhale. Right foot forward, lifting the heart. Breath in. Melting over the legs. Breath out. Arms rise. Inhale. Hands to the heart. Exhale. Send it back up. Breathing in. Folding all the way over. Breathing out. Right foot steps back. Breathing in. Down dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Exhale. Plank pose. Breath in. You can add chaturanga or lowering down to the earth. Up dog or cobra. Heart lifts. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Right leg sweeps high. Breath in. Foot stepping softly forward. Breath out. Left foot forward. Lift the heart. Breath in. Melting forward. Exhale. Arms rise. Breath in. Hands meeting at your heart. Breath out. Sending the arms high. Inhale. Melting forward. Exhale. Left foot back. Breathing in. Downward facing dog. Breathing out. Rolling it out to plank. Inhale. Chaturanga Dandasana or to the earth. Up dog or cobra. Breath in. Downward facing dog. Breath out. Left leg high. Inhaling. Foot steps forward. Exhale. Right foot forward, floating the heart. Bowing down. Breath out. Rising up, high prayer. Inhale. Hands to your heart. Exhale. Send it up. Breath in. Melting forward over your legs. Breath out. Right foot steps back. Heart is open. This time it's plank pose. Right away. Lowering half or all the way. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Exhaling. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, softening the knees. Look forward. Exhale, step or hop to your hands. Flat back. Breath in. Diving forward. Breath out. Arms rise. High prayer as you exhale. Fold right back forward over your legs. Left foot traveling back. Breath in. Plank pose. Lowering half or all the way down. Rising up. Breath in. Downward facing. Breath out. Rising up onto the toes. Bend the knees. Exhale your way to your hands. Lifting halfway. Folding forward. Uttanasana. Arms rise. Breathing in. Hands to your heart. Breathing out. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Let your head be really light here. You maybe even give it a little shake, making sure that you're not gripping through the neck or the jaw. Exhale, folding all the way over. Drop the hands, drop the head. Float the heart open, breath in. Bend your knees, plant your palms, step or hop your way back through your vinyasa. Right leg floats on a breath in. Foot steps forward with a breath out. Left heel to the mat. Virabhadrasana 1. Warrior 1 pose. Let the shoulders soften into the back. Neck is long and free. With your next exhale, take your hands behind your head. Let the weight of the head melt back into the hands, opening the heart. Big breath in. With an exhale, drawing the elbows together, let yourself fold forward, chin toward the chest. Pressing into the feet, arms rise, warrior 1 pose. Exhale, opening it up wide, warrior 2 pose. Tailbone is descending. Pubic bone drawing up toward the navel. Flipping the palms, peaceful warrior, right arm up and back. Circling the hands down to the floor. Stepping your way back through plank, taking it through your vinyasa. Following your breath, listening to your body. Left leg floats, breathing in. Stepping forward, warrior 1. Back heel grounds down, arms float high. With your next exhale, hands collect behind the head. Dipping the head back into the hands, peeling open through the heart, through the upper body. As you exhale, draw the elbows together, folding forward. Pressing into the 2 feet, send your arms high, warrior 1. Opening it up, Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2 pose. Shoulders are soft. The neck is long and free as you gaze out over the left fingertips. Flipping the palms, peaceful. Left arm floats. Circle the hands down, stepping your way back. There might be a vinyasa, but you can feel free to leave the vinyasa out at any point. And just making your way back to a down dog or resting in a child's pose. Adding on, right leg floats, breath in. Step that foot forward, warrior 1. Back heel down, arms rise. Exhale, hands behind the head. Heart opens with a big breath in. Draw it in, chin toward the chest. Exhaling. Press into the feet, sending arms high, breathing in. Exhale, opening it up, warrior 2. Stretching the front leg, breath in. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Right hand to right shin, left arm to the sky. And maybe playing with where you look in this triangle pose. Finding a place where your neck can be nice and free. Pressing into your 2 feet, rise up and back, reversing your triangle. Inhale. Exhale, bending the right knee. Extended side angle, elbow to the thigh, or maybe the fingertips melt down to the earth. Exhaling, hands to the mat. Walk your right fingertips out in front of you to the floor or to a block, shifting your weight forward. Left leg floats, left fingertips to the sky for your half moon pose. See if the heart can spiral up towards your left fingertips. Maybe your eyes can rise toward that left hand as well. Exhale, left hand down. Stepping your way back to a low lunge. Breath in. Plank, taking it through your vinyasa, following your breath. Left leg floats, breathing in. Stepping forward for that warrior one. Seal the back heel, floating the arms. Hands behind the head as you exhale. Elbows wide, heart open, big inhale. Drawing everything in. Chin toward the chest, exhaling. Pressing into the feet, arms float, warrior one. Open it up wide, warrior two. Exhaling. Stretch the left leg, big breath in. Exhaling for your triangle, reaching forward before the left hand dips down. Right arm sweeps high. Making sure the neck is free, again, feeling free to play with the gaze a little bit. Do what works for you. Pressing into the feet, reverse your triangle. Send your left arm high. Exhale, bending the left knee, shifting your way into your side angle. Now make sure as you gaze up under the right armpit that the back of the neck is long. Both sides of the neck are equally long. Exhale, hands soften down to the floor. Walking the left fingertips out in front of you to the floor or a block. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Let your right side float. Maybe turning the eyes. Top hand down, stepping your right foot all the way back. This time, turn all your toes to face the side of the mat, walking your hands to the long side of your mat, pressing down into your fingertips, or feel free to take blocks under your hands if the floor is a little far away. With your breath out, melting the palms to the earth, and letting your head drop off of your neck. Again, maybe giving the head a little shake out here. Turning yourself back to the front of the mat, left knee bends, walking the hands forward, plant the palms, take yourself back through your vinyasa. Good. We'll let it flow. Right leg floats. Breath in. Step it forward. Warrior one. Back heel down. Send the arms high. Exhale, hands behind the head. Heart opens. Breathing in. Draw everything forward and in. Breathing out. Arms to the sky. Breath in. Exhale, open up. Warrior two. Stretch the front leg. Send the arms to the sky for a high prayer. Exhale, right knee bends, sink a little bit lower. Again, rising up, flying your warrior. Breath in. Right knee bends. Exhale. Last time, rise up. Turn your right toes in. Turn your left toes out. Back of the mat. Warrior two. Peaceful warrior. Left arm high. Breathing in. Warrior two. Breathing out. Stretch the left leg. Send your arms to the sky and find a high prayer. Maybe you want to walk your feet in just a little bit. Right hand comes behind the head. Left arm comes around to the low back. You might be able to walk the fingertips together and catch the hands, but if that's not the case, you can grab a strap or a belt, whatever you have nearby. Taking that between your upper hand and your lower hand. Feel the right elbow floating, left elbow sinking. Big breath in. As you exhale, send the hips back, send the heart forward, reaching with a long spine, and then eventually let your upper body release into a variation of your Prasarita Padottanasana. You can release the hands or you can release the strap. Turn yourself back to the front of the mat, bending your right knee. Walk your right fingers out in front of you, half moon, left leg back, left fingertips toward the sky. You can stay here, or you might bend your left knee, reaching back with your left hand for your foot, full moon pose. If you have that foot, gently release it. It's a forward fold. Left hand down, left foot down. Give your head a little shake out here. Pressing into the 2 feet, arms rise for a prayer. Inhale, hands to your heart. Exhale. You're moving into a tree pose. Right leg lifts. Rotating out and placing the sole of your foot into your inner thigh. I'll turn so you can see me. Or if you can't reach your thigh, you can place your foot into the inner calf. And let your hands meet in a prayer at your heart. Notice if you're gripping in the jaw or in the neck in order to find that balance. See if you can let that go. You can stay where you are. You might also send the arms up toward the sky. Making sure that if the arms are lifted, the shoulders stay soft into the back. Maybe even send your eyes and your face up towards your fingertips. Eyes forward with an exhale. Hands to your heart. Right leg parallel, stepping your feet together, Tadasana, breathing out. Arms reach high, breathing in. Folding forward, breathing out. Long spine, long breath, inhale. Bend your knees, plant your palms, stepping, hopping, or floating your way through a vinyasa, or straight back to down dog. Good, last round like this. Left leg rises, breath in. Stepping forward for your warrior 1, sealing, floating. Exhale, hands behind the head. Heart opens wide, big breath in. Draw everything in, chin to chest. Breathing out. Send it up high, big inhale. Open it up, warrior 2. Exhale. Lengthen the left leg, both arms to the sky for a prayer, flying your warrior. Exhale, left knee bends, sink it low. Pressing into the left foot, rising, breath in. Left knee bends over the toes, warrior 2. Last time, rising up, turn your left toes in, right toes out, warrior 2, right knee bends. Peaceful, right arm high, breathing in. Warrior 2, breathing out. Lengthen the right leg, arms high for a prayer. This time, left hand comes behind the head. Right arm circles around to the low back. Maybe you catch your fingertips behind your back. Maybe you find your strap. Big breath in here. As you exhale, lengthen. Long spine, long spine, long spine. And then when you can't go any further with a long spine, you can release into your forward fold. With your next exhale, releasing the hands or releasing the strap. Spin it back to the front of the room. Left knee bends. Walking your left fingertips out for half moon. Send the right leg and right arm up and away. And again, either staying here or bending your back knee for your Chapasana full moon pose. Wherever you are, Neck is long and free. If you caught the foot, gently release it. It's a forward fold. Right hand down, right foot down. Shake it out a little bit. Pressing into the feet, rising up for a prayer. Inhale. Hands to your heart. Exhale. Moving to tree pose on the second side. Left leg lifts. Rotating out, placing the sole of the left foot into that right inner thigh or inner calf. Hands connecting at your heart. Finding a steady gaze out in front of you. Soft through the face, soft through the eyes. Maybe staying here, maybe floating the arms. And again, if you want to test yourself a little bit more, maybe sending the eyes and the face up toward those fingertips. Eyes forward, hands to your heart. Paralleling the left leg, stepping into Tadasana. Breath out. Sending the arms high, inhaling, folding forward, exhaling. Long, flat back, breath in. Bend your knees, plant your palms. Your journey back to down dog. Once you arrive in down dog, there's a few deep breaths. Letting the knees soften. Look forward, step or float to your hands. Breath out, long spine. Inhale, folding forward. Exhale. Arms rise for a prayer. Breath in, hands to your heart. Breath out. If you have a block, you might want to grab that block and take it toward the top of your mat. And then taking yourself to the top of your mat, hands to your hips. Stepping your left foot back behind you. Using the hands to spiral that left hip in a little bit more. Taking your hands behind your back. Maybe it's a reverse prayer between your shoulder blades. Maybe you find your opposite elbows. Whatever works for you. Big breath in. As you exhale, heart forward. Hips back. Reaching with a long, long spine. And then again, when you can't go any further with a long spine, you can let your upper body release for your pyramid pose. Feeling the weight even between the front foot and the back foot. Pressing into the 2 feet, lengthening the spine. Big breath in. Exhale, left hand comes down to the block or to the mat under your face, and we start to spiral to the right from the belly, from the heart, from the eyes, and then the right fingertips can float toward the sky. Pavrita Trikonasana, rotated triangle pose. Right hand to right hip. Left hand walks out in front of you. You can stay on the block as you shift your weight onto that right foot, left leg back, and then again start that spiral from your belly, your heart, your eyes, and the right arm floating high. Rotated half moon pose. You might stay here, but if you feel extra bendy and you'd like to reach back for your foot for a rotated full moon, that's always an option. If you have the back foot, let it go. Both hands to the mat as your left foot travels all the way back to a low lunge. High lunge, both arms rising toward the sky. Feeling yourself even on those 2 feet. Steady here, letting the breath be even. With your next exhale, hands to the earth or to blocks as the left foot floats, standing split. Really let your head go here. Letting your nose draw a little bit closer toward that right knee. Breath in. Exhale, bending both knees, hooking the left knee in behind the right foot, bringing your hips down to the earth, either staying here, or if this right hip is hovering off the earth, let the left leg lengthen. Breath in, arms to the sky. Breath out, right fingers to the mat, left elbow to the knee. It's a big spiral back over your right shoulder. So the eyes can be part of the twist. So you're taking your whole self back over that shoulder, but making sure you're not craning the neck, letting it be an extension of the spine. Exhale, counter twist, hands over to the left. Let your head release. Rolling up to sit. Altar pose, hands down behind you, feet down in front of you. Big breath in, exhaling hips to the sky. Again, either chin to the chest or letting your head dip back. Big breath in through your nose. Open your mouth. One more time, breath in. Hips to the earth. Cross your ankles. Maybe one last vinyasa. Maybe a step back. And again, it's a few deep breaths once you arrive in your down dog. Using this opportunity to slow the breath, to focus the mind. Softening the knees, looking forward, exhaling to your hands. Long, flat back, melting forward, breath out. Arms float on an inhale. Hands to your heart, and let your hands rest on your hips. Again, maybe taking that block to the front of the mat. If it was helpful on the first side, right foot steps back, left foot forward, even on the 2 feet, hands behind the back, however you found them on the first side. Big breath in. With an exhale, sending the hips back, sending the heart forward, lengthening, 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 and then letting yourself melt forward over that left leg. Pressing into the 2 feet, send the head forward, long spine. Right hand comes down to the block or to the mat under your face, and the spiral travels from the belly to the heart to the eyes, and the left hand rises with a breath out. Rotated triangle pose. Left side of the neck stays long, giving your breath space to flow. Left hand to left hip, walking the right hand or the block out in front of you, shifting the weight onto that left leg as the right leg floats. And then again, finding that twist, spiraling up to the left. Maybe catching that right foot in the left hand. If you have the back foot, gently release it, both hands down. Right foot takes a big step back. Feel yourself on 2 feet as the arms float for a high lunge. Feeling the balls of the big toes grounding down, engaging the inner thighs. Big inhale here as you exhale, hands to the mat, shifting into your standing split, right leg floating high. And see if you can really let the crown of the head drop here, so the back of the neck is long. Exhale, soften the knees, tuck the right knee in behind the left foot, sending the sitting bones down, maybe keeping the right knee bent, maybe stretching the right leg out long, depending on what your body needs. Arms high, breath in. Left fingers to the mat, right elbow to the knee, big spiral back over the left shoulder. Exhale, hands over to the right. Let yourself bow down. Rolling up to sit. Both legs out long in front of you, flexing the feet, hands down. Big breath in. Walk the hands back just a step, digging the heels down to sweep the hips and the thighs high. Big breath in. Hips to the mat. Crossing your ankles. We'll meet in downward facing dog. There might be one last vinyasa. I know I already said one last, but you can always take one more. And once you reach your down dog, take one more breath, and we'll meet in child's pose, softening the hips back to the heels. And again, let the head rest on something, whether it's the floor or your hands or a prop out in front of you. Let the weight of the head really get heavy, and let the weight of the thoughts of anxiety, of expectation, just melt from the mind. Looking forward, sliding yourself out onto your belly. Pointing the toes, forehead to the mat. Take your hands onto the back of the head. Elbows float so they're hovering off the mat. Big breath in. As you breathe out, just the head and the chest start to lift. So you're sending the back of the head into those hands to find that float. With an exhale, the feet can start to rise up as well. Maybe find a little more freedom in this Shalabhasana variation. And as you breathe out, let it go. Maybe you make a pillow with your hands. Maybe you bring your arms down by your sides. And just give your hips a little shake out here. Taking your time to roll yourself over onto your back. Once you're on your back, feet on the earth, hands down by your sides, knees pointing toward the sky. Big breath in, and as you breathe out, ground down and sweep the hips and the thighs toward the sky, taking your hands behind your back, interlacing the fingers, and then walking those shoulder blades in to send the heart a little bit higher. Feeling the back of the neck sinking down toward the earth. Slight compression as the chest moves toward the chin. Exhale, releasing the hands, and take your time to roll yourself down onto your back. Keeping your feet where they are, you can take a little sway of the knees from side to side. One more back bend. You can either repeat bridge or you can move into a full wheel. Taking a breath in to prepare and taking a breath out to sweep the hips high. Seeing if the breath can stay long and even. If you're in full wheel, tuck the chin. If you're in bridge, release the hands, rolling softly down onto your back. And again, letting your knees rock from side to side. Both knees melting over to the left. Arms out wide in a long T shape. And turning your head to the right for a twist. Right ear and right cheek getting really heavy. Finding a nice opening through the left side of the neck. And bringing yourself back through center. Inhaling. Exhaling, knees to the right. And head to the left. Coming back through center. Drawing the knees in toward the chest. With a breath in, feet floating up toward the sky. We're moving to a figure four shape, crossing the right ankle over the left knee. Reaching through, finding the back of the left thigh with the hands. You can let the left leg release as you draw the shape in towards your chest. Feeling and opening the outside of the right hip. Releasing the legs back up to the sky with a breath in. And switching sides, left ankle over the right thigh. Finding the right thigh with the hands and letting the shape melt in towards you. Releasing the legs, hugging the knees back in toward the chest. Big breath in. As you exhale, softly rolling onto the right side. And drawing yourself up to sit. Sending the legs out long, feet flex, sitting up high on the sitting bones. Feel free to take a folded up blanket under your hips to give yourself a little bit more space there if that feels good. feet flexed, arms float, big breath in. And as you breathe out, sending the heart forward, reaching, and letting your upper body fall forward towards your legs. Paschimottanasana. With your next inhale, rolling the spine up tall. If you have a wall nearby, we're going to practice legs up the wall for our final shape. So you can bring yourself toward a wall, getting up close next to it, rolling yourself down onto your back, and sending the feet up the wall, just letting your arms relax down by your sides. If you don't have a wall that doesn't have stuff on it, you can take a block or a cushion, take it under your sacrum. You can send the legs up toward the sky here. Letting the weight of the legs sink in and down into the pelvis. You're welcome to stay with the legs lifted for as long as you like. At any point, if you'd like to move into Savasana, you can take your time to roll yourself down onto your back. And once you find yourself in Savasana, I encourage you to rest there for 5 to 7 minutes. Let the body find stillness. I hope you've enjoyed your practice today. And stay safe and stay healthy. Namaste.